candles for what? Like, going on 3 months. Whoever's making all that noise, can you please go home? God, I gotta get my laptop. Whoever's making all that noise, are legit, like, because I've been on candles for like 3 months, I think. And so, I think it's been 20
doesn't get that clear. As long as he has a non-black wife, nobody's going to take that serious. Now, nobody's saying he has to divorce his wife, but the last thing people want to hear is him on here talking about black love. Like, are you going to let a literate person do your taxes? No, you're not.
Okay. Hey, y'all, this Prophet Rohe Nabi. There's a controversy going around. It's been going around for a while now about Field Advice show guy. And his wife is a white Hispanic. Okay? Well, there's a panel that's happening. I'm doing this as a case study to deal with this issue of intermarriage among black people in general and Israelites in specific. How do we deal with that? It's something you're going to have to deal with. Interracial marriage is something we're going to have to deal with. We're going to have to deal with couples that are interracial. You're going to run into that. You're going to be presented with that at some point in time. How do we handle this? Hold on.
Right to do that. That's just my opinion. So for me, it's not an issue of him being, you know, I look at, in a way, I kind of look at Hispanics as being somewhat, you know, black. And I look at it like this. I'm summing up. At least she's not white. That's how I see it.
Well, the thing is that, like, that's why I kind of find some of the outlets, like when it first came out. Okay, so everybody's.
What's interesting about this? What is really interesting about this is how are black people going to deal with interracial couples when it comes to seeking first and building the kingdom, building up the Israelite families, black families? How is that going to work? Now, this is something I've been thinking about long and hard and been studying the Bible long and hard about. I've been listening to debates on it and over the years. Some of us, we have varying different degrees. You got some Hebrew Israelites that believe that, hey, just love anybody, just marry anybody. You don't care what the Bible says. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they was telling me that same thing. Yeah, don't care what the Bible says. Just marry somebody that likes you. That marry somebody just loves you and treats you good. Okay, and now this used to be a person who used to talk about the kingdom and stuff like that, and pleasing the Most High and all that. But now, not so much. It's like just love, just love. Gospel of peace, just love them. Just love, live, and die. All this kingdom stuff and Israel and all that. Don't worry about all that. Just love. White, black, Chinese, Asian, whatever, African, just love. I have a problem with that. And I'm still trying to sort these things out by reading the scriptures. But let's keep going.
And until recently, that's like for black folks, I'm not denying that there are such things as white whatever. But I've never seen black people put such emphasis on stuff like that before until I came.
It is a new phenomenon. I think there is a certain redeeming quality with someone willing to speak about it openly, honestly, just as he did now. So I think
it's my answer for it. Not initially, because I understand he did have to explain. So he did owe the community explanation of whatever they did. He was gonna have to, and I'm sure he knew that as a man, he was gonna have to do his school.
Right.
But 3 months later, like I just don't know what the impact is. Or it's like the fact is he didn't in like discussion anymore about black lives. But
so
like, I mean, if he's promoting black blood,
let me tell you something, y'all. Some of the thing that I have, the problem that I have with black stuff is that it's not consistent. It's not exclusive. It's not unapologetic. I noticed that when something is black, there's a lot of splaining. People start doing a lot of splaining and explaining. People start doing a lot of apologizing. They start doing a lot of backpedaling if something gets too black. And I'm talking about not white people, black people. Black people get very, very, very apologetic if something is too black. They get very apologetic. If something, I want to tell you, this is my experience. I'm 50 years old, y'all. This is my experience, and I'm 50 years old. I noticed that if something get real black and it's running along smoothly, and a white person show up, black people start apologizing. They start backpedaling. They start making concessions. They start capitulating. They start apologizing. If anything gets real black and is successful, we're almost in our subconscious guilted into putting something white into it. That's been my experience, y'all. So when I hear about something that's called the black media, when I hear about something called black economic empowerment, I look at it side-eyed. I'm like, okay, how long is this gonna go on? Black people feel guilty about having something for themselves. They feel guilty. They start labeling it reverse racism. They start labeling it reverse KKK. That's what they do. They guilt themselves into this. If a white person show up, the first thing that an all black group of people is going to say is start apologizing. And I find that interesting because we've been here for a long time, and not one time have they apologized to us for all that they've done to us. And they've done far more than just close the ranks on us. They murdered us, killed us, raped us, mated us to animals, fed us to animals. There's no apology for none of that. But if black people get together and start doing something, they're going to try to squeeze a white person in it. Black people going to squeeze a white person in it. They're going to feel guilty. They're going to feel like it's not the love of Jesus. That's how they're going to feel, y'all. Black people are going to feel very guilty if they have something for their black family and it's no white person there. But if a white person show up and want a hand in their family, most black people are going to feel obligated and guilty into letting a white person in their family. While on the other hand, white people don't feel that way. White people will have a whole ton of them and they won't let you in. White people will have a ton of them and they won't let you in. But black people, we not like that. Let me tell you this. A rich white man will marry, it's rare, but he will marry a black, beautiful, slender woman. He will do it. But a white man is not going to marry no fat black woman. Show me one person right now. I don't care if they're an average person or a movie star. Now, a rich person. Now, let's stick with rich. Show me one rich white man that's going to marry a fat black woman, an overweight black woman. You're not going to see that. Name one movie star, one notable person who's married a fat black woman. But black men, middle class men, will marry a fat white black woman. They will. They'll marry a fat white woman that a white man won't even touch. I just saw a recent example of this today. I saw a young man, 20 years old, African American, caramel skin, very, very handsome. And he told me he got married, but I couldn't see his wife because she was in the gas station. Well, I kept talking to her. She came out. The lady weighed about 500 pounds, 450, 500. And his weight was probably about 170, 150, 170. And I saw him in a nice car with an iPhone in his hand. And I said, okay, he married her because she's lonely. He's handsome. She got some paper. And so he don't have to work. Ain't no white man gonna do that. No white man is gonna marry a fat, overweight black woman. And he got money, he's not gonna do it. A black man will marry a fat white woman that's overweight. It's really sad. It's really, really, really sad. But let's keep listening to this.
Like, for us to sit here and say, and I would say this, but
Okay, Phil is married to a corpulent Caucasian woman. She's an overweight Caucasian Hispanic woman. Guess what he promotes though? Black love. He promotes black love strong. He promotes black love just like Harry Belafonte, married to a white woman. Sammy Davis Jr., married to a white woman. James Earl Jones, married to a white woman. Cindy Poitier, married to a white woman. Frederick Douglass, married to a white woman. Yeah, some of the strongest advocates for black love are men that married white women. James Brown, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud, married to a white woman. So yeah, now let me tell you something about this. The problem with having a black leader, a so-called pro-black leader, married to a white woman, they shouldn't hold positions of authority in our nation. They should not. They should not. They shouldn't be our authorities. They shouldn't be our go-tos. They shouldn't be pillars in our community. A white man is not going to be the pillar in his community married to a white woman, a black woman. But in the black community, a black man can be a pillar in the community married to a white woman. He could be an expert.
Say this like
He could be an expert in pro-black ideology married to a white woman. Why is it that a black man could become an authority in black community married to a white woman, whether it's a white Asian, white Hispanic, or a white Caucasian? Why can a black man be an authority a pillar in the black community married to a white woman, but it can't happen the other way around, where a white man is a pillar in his community? Why we never see a white man married to a black woman and preaching to his people about white love? Why we never see that? Why can that happen in the black community, but it can't happen in the white community? Let me tell you something, y'all. Oh boy, this is a lot. I'm not saying that a black man married to a white woman has no value, but he can't be holding no leadership position. He cannot be holding a leadership position. And with the current environment in our society, and we see what the trend is when black men marry white women, especially when they got money, we shouldn't be going for that. This is really sad. This is really, really sad. Black men can be a leader. What's going on, Arkayah? Shalom to you. Black men can be a leader in the black community and be talking about black love, but he's married to a white woman. But we never see the same thing in the white community. We never see white men preaching. We never see KKK members preaching about white supremacy, white love, but they married to a black woman. We don't never see that. But in the black community, that's acceptable. People start explaining and contorting and twisting stuff up to make it fit. We, ebony and ivory. So everybody got to get behind the black man who preaches about black love. And you got to take this consideration too, y'all. When a Caucasian person is talking about white supremacy, he's talking about raping, killing, robbing, colonizing. When black people talk about black love, they're not talking about all of that. They're talking about closing the ranks, protecting themselves, defending themselves. It don't include raping and killing and pillaging and all that. It don't. But whenever white people talk about white power, that's what it talk about. That's what it also includes: rape, killing, murdering, espionage, bombing, feeding people to alligators, buck breaking, mass murder, genocide. So against that backdrop, and since we still live in an environment where white people still want to do those things to us, we need to really look side eyes at anybody, black leader, that's married to a white person. And we certainly shouldn't let them be a leader. We certainly shouldn't let them be a leader. We certainly shouldn't let them hold office. We certainly shouldn't make them a pillar when the person that they married to represents a group of people who want to kill us. All the beautiful black women that's out there, he couldn't find one. He didn't think his heritage was precious enough to marry a black woman. He had to go choose a white woman. I don't care, white Hispanic, white Asian, or white Caucasian. It don't matter. White. The standard of whiteness or white East Indian, it don't matter to me. You got black East Indians. You got black Asians. You got black Europeans. You don't have black Caucasians, but you have black Europeans. And the only person you could choose was a white person. That's really interesting. That's really interesting to me. Quite profound. But let's keep listening.
It would be an issue anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. I gotta say something about what he just said. That was a very, very, very good analogy. That's a very, very good analogy. And let me throw this out here too. Let throw this out here too. Let me tell you something, y'all. Whenever I go into a relationship with anybody, I don't care what nationality they are, I judge them individually. I judge them on the merits of my personal relationship with them. But I have to say this. When I'm dealing with a Caucasian person, I'm always, well, any person, but when I'm dealing with a Caucasian person, I deal with them this way. When I'm dealing with a Caucasian person, I want to see, I'm going to be listening to them really carefully about, first of all, what they think about black people, how they treat black people. I'm always going to do that. Why? Because I live in a society of white people that own everything and they hate us. So I'm not going to go into the relationship with them like I would do with some black people. Let me say some, not all. Because most black people, pretty much most like black people are like white people in mentality. They really are. Whether they know it or not. Some don't know it. Some don't care. So this analogy that he made is really good. You go get your ministerial license, but you're an atheist, and you start preaching to people, and they don't listen to you. Well, it's the same thing with Caucasian people, y'all. Caucasian people treat us so bad that we don't even need to be marrying them. Caucasian people as a system treats us so bad, we don't need to bring them into our inner circle. They are our enemies. We're going to have to keep them on the periphery. Anybody that's married to a white person, they're not going to, it's going to have to be certain sensitive information that we keep from them. You can't let a person be your pastor and then they say that they're atheists, but you letting them teach you from the Bible. It's the same thing with us, y'all. We don't look at our situation as being this dire as an atheist trying to give Bible lessons. But it's more dire than that, y'all. Because there's actual history to prove that these people hate us. They have a whole justice system that hates us, a whole medical system that hates us, a whole educational system that hates us, a whole prison industrial complex that hates us, a whole economic system that hates us. And then we turn around and make one of them our wives or our husband. And then we talk about, yeah, we're going to build the kingdom. How are you going to build the kingdom with the enemy? How are you going to build the kingdom and you sleep with the devil? We decide our leadership 2,000 years plus ago when we chose Barabbas over. Good point. Good point. Let's listen to some more.
Right.
Now, she's talking about Phil, the advice show guy. Now, she's assuming that he wants his daughters to marry black men. She don't really know that. She's jumping to conclusions. See, and that adds another facet to this conversation. Let's say you are pro-black, like Harry Belafonte. He was married to a white woman. Sammy Davis Jr., he was pro-black, married to a white woman. James Brown, he was pro-black. I say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, married to a white woman. Frederick Douglass, in his later years, he married a white woman. And before he died, while his wife was living, he had white women at his home. And they were talking about his wife in front of him. And he kept them in his house. Yeah, Frederick Douglass, the statesman's Frederick Douglass. Black people don't love each other like they should. They make all kind of excuse not to love each other. We really do. Black people do this all the time. And they think it's cool too. They really think it's cool. They think it's godly. It's only black people that you would hear, hey son, how you doing? It's only black people who you would hear say, you're in the middle of a war. You're in the middle of the war with white people. And guess what black people will say? Just love who you can love. Meanwhile, white people are standing around plotting a genocide. But you got a group of black people on the corners saying, just love who you can love and just love, love, love. And the white people in the background plotting the genocide of black folk. But I wanted to paint another scenario to you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Black people could be in the middle of a war with white people, and white people could be committing a genocide on black people. And guess what black people are going to be getting together saying? Let's just love people. Let's just love anybody. Let's marry them. Let's marry the people that's genociding us. The only group of people on the earth that'll do that is black people. Black people are the only group of people that will sit down in front of an atheist and receive a Bible lesson. Black people will sit down in front of a person that don't even believe the Bible. They are telling they don't believe the Bible. They're not even tricking them. And a black person will say, you know what, man? Everybody got their own view. Everybody got a little truth. Y'all, I see this happen all the time. All the time. Black people are the only group of people that I know. Black people are the only group of people that I know who should be fighting the enemy, and guess what they'll do to the enemy? They'll go to the enemy for advice on how to attack them. This is the kind of stuff black people do. Y'all think I'm exaggerating. Y'all, I deal with this almost every day. Black people will go to their enemy to get a permission slip on how to attack and when to attack their own enemy. Black people do that. They will do that. It's really sad, y'all. This is why I don't think my greatest enemy. This is why I don't think that our greatest enemy is Esau. Right now, our greatest enemy is right in our midst. It's us. Our greatest enemy is us. Not Esau, not Babylon, not Egypt. It's us. We are never going to be able to defeat any of our enemies if our enemies are our advisors. Never. And that's the way it should be.
I mean,
Now, that's really interesting. So, Phil, the advice guy, is married to a non-black woman, but he's teaching his children to marry black people. But he's married to a white woman. What you think about that, son? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Now, Phil, the advice show guy, is married to a white woman. He got a black daughter, and I think a mixed daughter. And he told them to only marry black kids. But guess what? He got a white wife.
Maybe he learned some, had some,
Maybe had to change heart.
yeah. I mean, once you marry, you marry. Unless you're not planning on doing a divorce.
Right. But it's really interesting, son. Now, a person that's like that, should they be a leader of a pillar in the black movement? A person married to a white person, should they be a leader? Hold office in a black movement?
I would have to really look at your personal track record.
Well, I want to tell you something, son. I want to give you some wisdom. If you have a person that is an atheist, I'm going to tell you what really means a lot, what would mean a lot, son. I don't advocate this, but it would mean a lot. If a man like Phil would put away that woman and get a black woman.
That's too risky.
Yeah, I understand it's risky. Nobody's saying it's not. Of course it's risky. But if you're going to be a leader, not just in a movement, not just be in a member, but if you're going to be leading a group of black people with a white wife, no, you can't do it. These are the people that kill us. I want to tell you how they kill us. They kill us with their educational system. They kill us every day with their banking system, housing system, healthcare system. Think of a system that white people don't kill us with, son. Name one system that they are not killing us with. Right? Am I on the right point?
Yeah.
Why would you go Because see, if you now are married to this white person and you're a black leader, guess what that makes your wife? It makes her a black leader, son. She's your helpmeet, right? So now a white woman is going to be the leader of black people by proxy of her husband. You see what I'm saying? See, this is a problem. Son, we understand that it's difficult. We understand that it's a hard choice to make. But you can't be leading a whole group of people, attacking a group of people, and you married to one of them. What if the wife her heart turns and say, you know, I want to be with my family? That, you know, that kind of stuff happens, right? Oh, but she can only go if she wants to go. See, son, look at this. I'm looking at this as an art of war type of thing. I'm looking at this as an art of war type of thing. Son, I can't have nobody as my top general, and he's an atheist. I can't have you as a top general. No, you can't be the top general. It's going to be too many secrets that you know. It's going to be too much intelligence that you're privy to. Son is stupid. I don't care how faithful he is. I don't care how much he proves himself over and over. It does. No, you can't be in our army wearing another uniform, but arguing for us in another uniform. You can't do it.
So you wouldn't have like Uriah in your army.
Uriah wasn't a top general.
He's one of his most trusted soldiers.
Uriah was a Hittite.
Yeah, that was an enemy nation, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that kind of muddies the water, because I don't know if Uriah was an Israelite living in Hittite. I don't know if he was. He could have. I don't know. I wouldn't debate it because I don't know. I want to tell you something, son. There is a way. Now, this is something I've been thinking about. There is a way to vet people, son. It's going to be nasty, though, son. If I'm going to have a Uriah the Hittite in my group, you know what he's going to have to do? Son, you're going to have to let go of everybody in this family. The bar is going to be real high. You're not going to be able to just smile at me because you're Uriah the Hittite and just say, oh, brother, and give me a high five and a knuckle bump. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, son. You're going to have to put your life on the line. You're going to have to put your nation on the line. I think black people are a little too stupid in this area. They be letting people get on their team and they don't have to give up a damn thing. All we have to do is a knuckle bump, and a nigga will let you in the group. A nigga will let you in the group if you give him just a knuckle bump. That's the problem, son. I don't believe that a white person can't have a high standing among our people. But boy, the bar is going to be so high. You're going to have to tell secrets of your mama, your daddy. You're going to have to renounce everything. You have to go kill some people in your nation to be on our side. Oh, yeah. You have to put your life on the line. You're going to have to put your life on the line where you go kill one of your own leaders of your people. Oh, yeah. The bar is going to be high. Black people are a little too stupid in this area. All we do is bring people to our little cookout. And oh, boy, they did the day. And they end. All the white person has to do is come around and braid their hair up and put some beads on it. That's all they have to do. And start talking black. And black people will let them in. Black people will make them the CEO. That's what's so dangerous about us, son. Son, these people really do hate us. They hate us. White people really hate us. They got a whole system. And when I don't see any white person, son, when I don't see any white person attacking that system, I have to stand back a little bit. I have to stand back off of them. I want to see them attack this system that benefits them. That's what I want to see. That's how high my bar is. I want to see them attack family members that enjoy the system. Son, I'm real open-minded. For a white person to get into the inner circle of black people, oh shoot, man, you must be crazy. They're gonna have to go bomb the White House. That's good proof for me. They're gonna have to go kill a white leader. You want to get in the inner circle here? That's possible. That's possible. Because you're gonna have some black people that in your inner circle, and guess what? They traitors. That's possible. But boy, the bar is gonna be so high. You see what I'm saying, son?
Yes.
So this thing is not just about white people. You're gonna have black people that are really white on the inside. Son, I want to tell you something. A lot of black people not really down with real godly black people. They really not down with it. There's some of your worst enemies are going to be black people. I'm going to tell you that. And it's a lot of them, son.
Yeah, you really don't never have to really worry about directly having to deal with some white person.
No, I think white people, that's way down the road. We got so many enemies right here in our people. And it's so muddy now.
They do this in other countries, and they don't never get a single white person there. They got people.
Exactly. Boy, you better preach. Now you're preaching.
So you don't have to really worry about saying something.
You go to Uganda, all the people over there is black. All the people over there is black, and guess what? It's just crazy. Somalia, same thing. Your worst enemies is going to be your own people. I know this don't sound good. Your worst enemies is going to be your own people. The Bible says a man's foe shall be of his own household. This is a hard lesson to teach. This is a really, 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 really hard lesson to teach. What's that you got there? Huh? Oh, that's chili. Oh. But yeah, I just wanted to get your, that I really do believe that there needs to be a purge among black people because you can't trust none of them. I was looking online and I was listening to this thing about the Sudan. The revolution that was happening in the Sudan. And I'm like, wow. They telling people they're going to get $10 out a day. Right. Now, yeah, white people got their hand in it, but guess who the puppets are? Guess who the puppets are? The puppets are black people. The puppets are black people. You're going to have to kill these leaders, y'all. These puppet leaders have to be killed. The black puppet leaders, all of them need to be put in a meat grinder. You got to do that, y'all, so we can kill all the rest of our enemies. We could defend. You can't. We got all these puppet leaders that look like us. They're in our house. They're in our neighborhoods. They live next door to us. We married to them. You got to get rid of them. And that's what Ezekiel 9 is all about. Judgment must first begin at the house of Yah. And if it first begins with us, will be the end of them that obey not the gospel of Yah. I know we focus on white people a lot, but y'all, please, we so weak by the people that's right with us. It's no even no use in even focusing on white people right now. Really. Yes, they are the puppet masters. Yes, I won't deny that. Yes, they are the puppet masters, but guess what? We got to kill the puppets. The puppets must go. They must, and before the Most High gets them out the way, before the Most High gets all these puppets out the way, we're going to have to marginalize them. We'll have to separate from them. We'll have to point them out, put a scarlet letter on them. But most of us are in love with them. We don't know who they are. Some of us are married to them. So you might as well forget that. So this is really a work that the Most High is going to have to do. But we have a work to do right now. It's like praying for a job. Yeah, you can pray all you want to for a job, but you're gonna have to fill out some applications. You hear me, Benjamin? You can pray for a job all you want to, but you're gonna have to fill out some applications. You have to submit some resumes. So yeah, the Most High is going to clean out the church. Yes, the Most High is going to send the angels, Matthew 13:30, to separate the wheat from the tares. But there's a work we should be doing before he does that. We should be identifying them, like the Bible says in Matthew 13:27. Then appeared the tares also. So the new black media is something very dangerous for black people, because it's really not black. I'm going to tell you what the new black media is. The real new black media. The real new black media is when a man is communicating with his wife in his home. He's communicating with his children at home. They're building up an economy in their home. They're studying about proper preparation for food in the home. Proper health care in the home. That's the real new black media. Not Roland Martin, not Feel the Advice Guy, not YouTube talking heads. Some of them are not even married. Some of them divorced. How could that be the new black media? You're not even married. You don't even have a family. You're a single parent. Nothing wrong with single parents. But a single parent shouldn't be the leader of a whole nation, y'all. Come on. A single parent shouldn't represent the whole nation, male or female. The guts of our nation should be families, not broken homes. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I got some other things to do. This is Prophet Rohei Nabi signing out, saying shalom. Have a good evening. I'm out.